The phone call that came from my own number, a true horror story from 15 years ago. I still remember that night as if it had happened yesterday. But the truth is, it happened 15 years ago. And even now, every time my phone rings late at night, my heart stops for a second because a part of me is terrified that the screen will show my own number calling again. Back then I was living alone in a small, quiet town. Nothing ever happened there. The streets were always empty after midnight, the neighbors kept to themselves, and the nights were usually so quiet you could hear the wind brushing against the trees. It was the kind of place where people left their doors unlocked. That night started like any other. I had just finished watching TV and was getting ready to sleep. The house was completely silent except for the ticking of the clock on the wall, 12:47 a.m. I turned off the lights and went to my bedroom. Outside, the wind was starting to pick up. I could hear branches scraping against the roof, making that slow, scratching sound that always makes a house feel a little more alive than it should. But I ignored it. I got into bed and closed my eyes. At some point I must have fallen asleep. Then suddenly ring. My phone exploded with sound on the bedside table. I woke up immediately, heart racing. For a second I didn't even know where I was. The room was dark, the clock glowing faintly on the wall, 2:13 a.m. My phone kept ringing. I grabbed it, still half asleep. And that's when I saw the caller ID. My stomach dropped instantly. Because the screen said something impossible. Incoming call me, my own phone number was calling me. I stared at it for a long moment, trying to process what I was seeing. Maybe it was some kind of glitch. Maybe someone was spoofing numbers. I almost ignored it. But curiosity got the better of me. So I answered. Hello. At first, there was nothing. Just silence. Then slowly, I heard something. Breathing. Heavy breathing. Not loud, but close. Like whoever was on the other end was holding the phone right next to their mouth. Hello, I said again, louder this time. The breathing continued, slow, uneven. Then a voice whispered. A weak, trembling voice. Don't open the door. My skin went cold. What? I asked. But the line went dead. The call ended. I sat there in the darkness, staring at the phone. Then knock. 3 slow knocks echoed through the house. From the front door. My entire body froze. For a few seconds I didn't move. Maybe I imagined it. Then it came again, knock, slow. Deliberate. Someone was definitely at my door. I slowly got out of bed and walked toward the hallway. The wooden floor creaked beneath my feet, making every step feel louder than it should. The house felt different now, colder, heavier. I reached the living room and looked toward the front door. The porch light outside cast a faint glow through the window beside it. But I couldn't see anyone. Still, the knocking had been real. I slowly walked to the window and pulled the curtain aside. The porch was empty. No one was there. The street was silent. Not a single car. Not a single person. Just darkness. My heart was pounding now. Maybe someone knocked and ran away. Kids sometimes did stupid things like that. Trying to convince myself it was nothing, I turned away from the door. That's when I heard it. Footsteps. Upstairs. My blood instantly ran cold. I lived alone. No one else was supposed to be in the house. The footsteps were slow. Dragging slightly. Moving across the floor above me. Step, step, step. I stared up at the ceiling, barely breathing. Then the footsteps stopped. The silence that followed felt even worse. Then suddenly ring. My phone started ringing again. I looked down. My hands were shaking. The screen lit up the dark room. And there it was again. Incoming call. I hesitated this time. But eventually I answered. Hello. For a few seconds there was silence. Then the voice spoke again. But this time, it sounded different, clearer, stronger. And my heart nearly stopped when I realized something. The voice sounded exactly like mine. "Listen to me," the voice said urgently. "You don't have much time." I felt dizzy. "Who is this?" I asked. "You need to leave the house," the voice said. "Now, what are you talking about?" Then the voice whispered something that made my stomach twist. "It's already inside." The lights in the living room flickered. Once, twice. Then the hallway light suddenly turned on by itself. I hadn't touched the switch. I slowly turned toward the hallway. At the far end, something moved. A shadow slid across the wall. My chest tightened. "Did you see it?" the voice on the phone asked. "Yes," I whispered. "You need to go," the voice said. "But don't use the front door." "Why?" There was a pause. Then the voice said quietly, "Because it's standing there." My heart slammed against my ribs. I slowly turned my head toward the front door. The porch light was still shining through the window. But now, there was a shadow blocking part of the light. Something was standing outside, completely still, watching. I backed away slowly. "What is it?" I whispered into the phone. The voice didn't answer right away. Then it said something that made my blood turn to ice. "I don't know, because I never saw its face." "What do you mean?" There was another pause. Then the voice spoke again. "I'm you." My throat went dry. "What? I'm you 15 years from now?" I felt like the floor had disappeared beneath me. "This thing, it followed you that night," the voice continued. "You didn't escape." A sudden bang exploded upstairs. Something crashed to the floor. Then footsteps started running. Fast, moving across the ceiling above me. Racing toward the stairs. My heart felt like it was about to explode. "You have to go," the voice shouted. Through the back door, I ran toward the kitchen. The footsteps upstairs grew louder, faster. Something slammed against the wall. Then I heard it start coming down the stairs, slow, heavy. One step at a time. I reached the back door and grabbed the handle. But before I could open it, the voice on the phone went quiet. "Hello," I whispered. Then the voice spoke again. But this time, it sounded terrified. "It's behind you." My entire body locked up. Because at that exact moment I felt something breathing on the back of my neck, warm, slow. Deliberate. Then a voice whispered directly behind my ear. And it sounded exactly like me. "You answered the call." I couldn't move. "Now it knows you." The phone slipped from my hand and hit the floor. And the line went dead. The police never found anything. No footprints. No forced doors. No signs that anyone had been inside the house. But I moved out the next day. I changed towns. Changed houses. Even changed my phone number. For years, nothing happened. Until last week. I was lying in bed late at night when my phone suddenly rang. I looked at the clock. 2:13 a.m. My heart started pounding as I slowly picked up the phone. I told myself it was just a coincidence. Just a normal call. But when I looked at the screen, my blood turned to ice. Because the caller ID said incoming call me, and if you're hearing this story right now, there's something you should know. Because sometimes, it doesn't just follow the person who answered the call. Sometimes, it follows the person who hears the story.